Hey guys, it's Connor here from Connor O'Shea Fitness, and I'm really happy and excited to share my client Karen's story with you today. Karen has been working with me for the last 12 weeks and she's just graduated from the online coaching program, the Strong for Life Blueprint. So Karen, thank you for taking time out of your evening and really appreciate you spending time on the call today.
Welcome.
So Karen, why don't you tell people a bit more about your background, maybe where you're based and what you do day to day?
Okay, I am a 53-year-old woman. I live and work in Bunbury, Australind area, south of Perth. I have not been overly into my health and fitness over the last, 15 years since I had a couple of knee injuries playing netball. So the waist did expand, especially when I gave up smoking. So yeah, then got into this, made a big difference.
That's great. So what got you looking for a trainer, over the last few months? What was the kind of trigger, or why did you feel that you wanted to work with a trainer?
For quite some time, I'd been feeling uncomfortable within myself with how big I was getting. And then it was like my favourite dress that was always my go-to didn't fit anymore. So I hopped on the scales, which I very rarely did. And it was like, wow, really need to actually do something. And the lethargy that comes along with that as well. With the overweight, didn't have the energy or the inclination to do anything. Bit of pain here and there with knees and backs and whatnot. But yeah, needed to do something to make me feel better about myself.
Yeah. And what was your main frustrations maybe before starting the program when it comes to your health or your movement?
Um, Not having someone to keep me accountable for what I was doing. It was oh yeah, okay, I'll get fit. Then after a couple of days, it's like, oh no, I'm too busy, don't have time, and just skipped it. And before you knew it, you hadn't just skipped one or two, I'd skipped 3 months. So it's kind of like, well, yeah, okay, I'm back to square one. So yeah, just my own worst enemy basically is what I was.
Yeah. So just having that accountability to
Yeah.
keep you on track and keep you moving
Yes.
forward. Okay. And did you try any other programs or any other approaches before we started working together?
Not programs per se, just okay, well, I'll eat properly or I'll exercise, but never went any further with it. I think because it just got too easy. My partner's a shift worker, so it got very easy. Oh, well, I can't be bothered going home to cook for myself. So it'd be a drive through on the way home and so forth. So I changed all that now and it's made a huge difference, actually.
Yeah, really good to hear. And before starting the program, did you have any fears or apprehensions about, I know it's online coaching, so was there anything that you were maybe worried about or unsure of?
Um, a little, probably more to the point of whether I would actually take the commitment seriously. Well, probably not take it seriously is the wrong choice of words, but whether I would actually follow through with the commitment I was making.
And how is the program different to maybe stuff you've done in the past, or like from an approach point of view? How is it different for you?
It was different because it was actually catered to me. You and I had a conversation about where I was at, my abilities. I do suffer a lot with knee pain, hip, back and ankles and so forth. We had a chat. You seen a few things that I couldn't do, and you adapted to me. I didn't have to adapt to your program per se. Like if I go to the gym, I've got to adapt to them, whereas you actually adapted to me and set it to my capabilities. So I didn't get to a point where, oh no, it's too hard, so I'm not going to do it. And I'm not achieving what I want. Oh, I can't do it, and pull the pin. You didn't do that. You catered it, and yeah, it came down to what I was prepared to put in and what I was physically able to put in, which was a lot more than I thought I was going to be able to. So yeah.
Yeah. No, that's really good to hear. And it's a really good point you made about just, having it so you're able to work at your level and not being pushed past your capabilities. So it's really good. I'm really glad that you touched on that point. And, going maybe further into that point, can you share some of the changes and some of the results you've experienced over the last 12 weeks?
Okay, well, I found out exercise isn't that bad. um, I have dropped about 9.5 kilos now, and I've discovered walking and bushwalking, hiking, went and bought a bike. So I've been doing a bit of bike riding and stuff, but I'm discovering my own backyard and being healthy at the same time. But the biggest thing for me besides that has been the food side of it, the eating side. With your help, I've cut out all the crap. I found a diet, even though it's not a diet per se, but I found an eating program that works for me, that I'm not feeling, oh, well, I'm missing out, because I'm really not with what I'm doing. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love this. And just for everyone listening as well, Karen wasn't doing, 6 days a week of high intensity training. We started with very moderate amounts of movement. So do you want to maybe share how you progressed your training from maybe week 1 up to this, the end of the program?
Yeah. I started off, I was programmed for 3 workouts, and they were only 15 to 20-minute workouts a week. And I ended up the first week, I think I did one every day. It was just like come home, get into the gym, come into our gym that we've set up at home and do a little bit. Some days were more than others, but found, well, it's not so bad, and I was actually enjoying it. So have been coming home, and the secret, I think, for me has been coming in here, coming home from work, getting changed and coming straight in here, as opposed to coming in and sitting on the lounge and doing other stuff. Some days that's easier than others with my job. Some days I get out of work at 5 o'clock. Some days I might get out at 8 o'clock. Other days I might get out at 12 o'clock. It varies greatly some days, week to week. So finding the time and having the program and knowing it was set for me and that it was catered to my capabilities, that I could come in here and achieve what I wanted to. So I started off at just those sort of 15, 20-minute things, and then progressed it up each week until I spend about 45 minutes at least 4 times a week in here in the gym. And the other days I walk or I go for a bike ride. Like, it's been a bit of a hectic week. Yesterday I'm like, oh, I didn't do anything yesterday, so just jumped on the bike, did a couple laps around the block. It's not a lot, but it's something, and it is making a huge difference. So I feel better within myself. I'm still not at my goal, but I'm getting there. And Michael, my partner, has been awesome. He's been sort of travelling along with me through the program, and he's keeping me motivated, and he's like, okay, let's chuck the bikes in the car and go down the beach and go for a bike ride. Let's go wherever, and we go for a walk, whether it be 2Ks or a couple we've done have been 8, 9, 10Ks. But I think he's trying to kill me sometimes, but hey, it's working. But we do it at my pace. He doesn't try and force the issue either. We go along, and something that, might take you 20 minutes, might take me an hour, but he just goes along accordingly with me. So it's good. It's really good that he's on board.
Yeah, you've touched on so many amazing points there, and things that I think a lot of people really need to hear more of. So, let's just say someone is in a position that you were in before the program. They're around the same age, same kind of maybe some injuries and maybe some negative experiences with finding it hard to find the right level for themselves, and then just opting out because it's frustrating or they're causing further injury. What advice would you give to someone in a similar position, to get started and basically to make the changes that you've made?
The first one would be to find someone like yourself that will stop and actually listen to you. And you didn't straight up say, we can do this. She's like, well, okay, we had a chat. You went away and thought about it and thought, find that person that you can work with and does make you comfortable and doesn't make you feel, because you're not up to Joe Blow's level, you're down here at Molly's level. You want to get to Joe Blow's level, but you need that person that will encourage you and work with you at your level to get there. And not like, if you don't do your full 20-minute routine every day, they're not going to be like, oh, well, you're wasting your time. You're wasting my time. You've never been like that. And I think that's the secret. That's what you need, is someone like that.
Hmm.
It's,
Yeah, that's great advice. And like, I think, just touching on what Karen said, it's just everything counts. And I just love the transformation that you've achieved, because your mindset has changed from, doing
mm,
15-minute sessions a week that a lot of people would think is maybe a waste of time. But you've proven it, now that it's just
mm,
turned into a lifestyle. You're now, going hiking and exploring
yeah,
the area. It's amazing. I really just love hearing your story again and telling other people about it as well.
yeah. It has been really good. And yeah, it has become a lifestyle now that not just come home and veg, is actually get out there and do something, see your backyard. And you're only helping yourself by doing that. And that's what I think the biggest lesson. Everything I do, whether it be 5 minutes, whether it be an hour, I'm helping myself at the end of the day. So yeah.
Yeah,
And you're not doing it for anyone else, I'm doing it for me. And that, yeah, is important.
yeah. And that's such a great point to finish the interview on. I think it's a really important point to hammer home. So, Karen, thank you so much for sharing your story. And I hope I'm sure it's going to inspire some people out there to get started on their own story and get moving forwards with everything. So, again, thanks for taking time out of your day today.
Thank you, and thank you for everything.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.